The crime of human trafficking is slavery, and it preys upon the world's most vulnerable people. Approximately 20,000 people are trafficked into the United States every year. Exploitation in forced labor and commercial sex operations in the Tampa Bay area led the Clearwater Police Department to set up the Task Force on Human Trafficking to identify and rescue victims.
The Clearwater Police Department, almost 10 years ago, we started looking into human trafficking. We built a task force so we could have both sworn and non-government organizations to help us out with our victims, because as a police department, we cannot just handle this alone. Leadership is the biggest part about a task force. So by going out, talking to the officers, seeing what they're doing, they see that the leader is taking an active role in this task force, so they know that it's coming from the top, so they'll get on board and they'll follow through with it.
The mission of the task force is to coordinate law enforcement agencies and service providers to reduce crime and deliver social, legal, and immigration services to human trafficking victims in the Tampa Bay area.
I'm really proud of the efforts of our task force members. We've come together as a team at all levels to be able to help victims. We can't do it without all the partners. So we've made a difference in our community. We've made a difference in many people's lives to get them out of this situation.
We focus on two kinds of cases: sex trafficking cases and labor trafficking cases. The labor trafficking cases that we've been focusing on recently have been Asian buffets. Specifically, we're getting tips from concerned citizens that different restaurants are exploiting people of Hispanic and Asian descent for their labor. On the sex trafficking cases, we've received a lot of tips from concerned citizens regarding Hispanic brothels. The Clearwater Police Department has made a huge difference in this community. Specifically in the city of Clearwater, they've eradicated several Hispanic brothels. The tips that they lead to also helps control gang issues that are not only in Clearwater but spill out into other areas as well.
Human trafficking task force are unique. Because the Clearwater PD has taken the initiative to form this human trafficking task force, we identified on a very small level an employee who's being exploited. Through having this task force and resources, from that little step, we have developed cases that have implications throughout the United States, to Korea, and other cases that go into South America. We need help on the non-government agencies, and the Clearwater office developed phenomenal support bases so we could address both the criminal side of the house and the human needs of that victim.
Collaboration amongst all the parties is essential for these types of investigations. Our task force is open to the public. We have over 250 names on our task force roster. We invite anybody that wants to be involved, because if we need to help a victim in the middle of the night, that we want to build a network of services for our victims, so we can call anybody at any time to be able to help victims.
The Pathways Community Church has played a large role in the mission of the task force, working in partnership with the police department and other non-government organizations such as World Relief. Pastor Bill Losasso has provided care, practical support, and relief for victims of human trafficking.
The way that the church works in partnership with the Clearwater Police and with other agencies is we allow them to bring victims here. We allow them to put offices in here. They're allowed to give training sessions here. They're allowed to have secret meetings here if they want it. We can then provide aftercare that is really needed. Many churches can do backpacks. We can provide counselors, safe houses. So there are many things of aftercare that we can really do.
When law enforcement rescues a victim, they've done a hard job right there, but it doesn't end there for the victim. They will need to be restored, and that's where World Relief comes in. We can help lead them to the point, which is a long process, where they will stop being victims and become survivors.
Everybody worked together in such unison. They made the victims feel like human beings, like valued human beings. They made us at the church feel valued. So I'm telling you, law enforcement did a magnificent job. It wasn't just a rescue with guns blazing. It was treating people afterwards like they really were valued people.
The task force also promotes community awareness by asking citizens to learn more about the crime of human trafficking, to look for the signs and indicators, and to report any suspected incidents to law enforcement agencies.
The biggest part is the Clearwater Police Department, this Human Trafficking Task Force, is to get involved and get the people involved into reporting any type of suspicious activity. By both the citizens and the police department working together, we can eradicate human trafficking in our community and throughout the nation.